guys, I'm Tyler and welcome back to the channel. Today we got a simple project, but one that will definitely spice up any patio or deck. Although this is a simple project, I will have plans for this over on my website. Link to that down in the description below. And while you're over there, you might notice that I got some spicy new merch, and you can find that over there as well. Finally, I know you guys have been asking for hats and shirts for quite some time, and I've teamed up with Bunker Branding to bring you this awesome merch. And until July 31st, 2019, you can use the code HATCOMBO, all caps, and you can get a hat and one of these shirts, a couple different designs for under 50 bucks. Head over there, DIYTyler.com/merch. Alrighty, so for the first time in a while, we are using S4S lumber from the home center. It's not in the greatest shape, but that seems to kind of be the run-of-the-mill stuff you get from there nowadays. I do have a set of plans on my phone. There is a link to them down in the description below, where it will take you to my website where you can get a downloadable plan so you can build a bunch of these planters on your own. Now, most of the work is done over here at the miter saw. I'm going to use the stop block, and I will have a 4.1 degree miter set up on the miter saw, and we'll make all the cuts over there. Like with most of the projects, we are starting over at the miter saw, and to begin I got the roughly 4.1 degree angle set up on the miter saw and the stop block in position. Now the cuts will get shorter or longer depending if you start at the top of the box or at the bottom of the box to give you the proper tapering of the box. The only thing you want to make sure you do is have the longest angle up against your stop block so that you have the repeatable cuts you are after. Once all the cuts were finished at the miter saw, I grabbed a random orbit sander with a high grit and knocked down any flakes that might cause an untight joint. And moving on to assembling all of the different frames. They are all assembled the same way. The only thing you want to make sure of is that you have the outside butt joint the same for every single board so that you don't mess up any of the orientation. I'm assembling my planter using Titebond 3 and 18 gauge brad nails. It was pretty much a bunch of the same over and over again, and as to stacking the boxes, I actually didn't add any wood glue at all. I simply stacked them up, and in the next couple steps we will add some trim to the corners to hold everything in place. I do suppose you could add wood glue underneath each of these different frames if you thought it was necessary. A lot of us, summer is finally in full swing, which means we need to take care of that beautiful property around our home. I use Greenworks tools, and you guys should too, and they are the sponsor of today's video. I specifically use their 60-volt line around my property and am thoroughly impressed with the power output of these systems. My favorite tool is probably the interchangeable string trimmer, as I have multiple different attachments, which allows me to have that one power head for many uses around my home. The wife used it the other day using the cultivator to weed her garden, and she had to send me a text while I was at work telling me how powerful the thing actually was. She was thoroughly impressed. Check out Greenworks 60-volt line exclusively at Lowe's. To make the trim pieces, I got the measurements directly off the planter itself to make sure they were all exactly what they needed to be at each corner. I cut that 4.1 degree angle over at the miter saw and then moved over to the table saw. The only tricky bit here is that the pieces on each corner are going to be two different widths so that they look the same. One is 3/4 of an inch wider though, so that I can have a butt joint against the other piece. But looking at it from the corner like you see here, it looks exactly the same on both sides of the planter. And all of this trim is held in with Titebond 3 and 18 gauge brad nails. We are then going to add a little board on either side to act as a shelf, because this is actually the only space that is going to hold any dirt. You obviously don't need to fill the entire planter with dirt because the plants are only going to be in the top. Again, this is held in place with Titebond 3 and 18 gauge brad nails. Now this step might not be absolutely necessary, but I had a new toy and I wanted to try it out. I used a handheld power planer to make sure I took off that 4.1 degree angle so that I had a nice flush even top for this trim piece to mount to. This was all cut on the miter saw, 45 degree angles, and I used pocket holes, but if you don't have pocket holes, you can just shoot a brad nail in the corner like I'm going to show right here. Since I had the pocket holes, I drilled them and used 1 1/4 inch coarse pocket screws to assemble the top frame. If you're wondering why I'm using brown, it's just because it's the tuba caulk I had open. Use up the stuff. So to line the inside of the actual planter section, I'm going to use this 6mm visqueen left over from when we did the addition crawl space. And I'm actually going to cut it so it's nice and square in there instead of just a plastic turd. I'm going to seal those cuts with this T-Rex waterproof tape. We'll see how it goes. Laying the visqueen was certainly a finicky process, but I do think it will add to the life of the planter overall, so probably worth the effort. For the finish, I first sprayed on a coat of primer and then came back over the top of that with a few coats of exterior latex paint. This thing is fantastic. Laying in a few boards to act as the shelf, and then used a spade bit, doesn't really matter what size, to drill a hole in the center to allow any water that does soak all the way through the dirt to drain out through the center and not get anything wet. I then laid my visqueen bucket into place, stapled it down so that it wouldn't slide around, and then installed the top trim with a couple of 1 3/8 inch deck screws. And then it was time to fill it up and add some color. Now the wife has sure enjoyed all the different landscaping projects that we've been doing around recently, and you've seen her help out in a few of the videos. It has definitely added a wonderful pop of color around the house. So there we are, folks. I hope you enjoyed this project. It is a simpler one, but one that will definitely spice up your outdoor patio or deck in a wonderful way for a wonderful summer. Don't forget, until July 31st, 2019, using the promo code HATCOMBO in all caps, you can get a new DIYTyler hat-on hat and a shirt of your choice for under 50 bucks. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hammer that thumbs up button. Helps us out a ton and gets this video in front of more eyes. I'm DIYTyler, and you guys have a good one.